turned it on for the HSBC New Zealand Sevens, and the players who've gathered from around the world have added their part with a showcase of the best Sevens rugby. Today, we crown our champions in the first tournament of 2020. Welcome to New Zealand for Day 2, HSBC Sevens Series.
So 4v5 on the HSBC World Rugby Women's Sevens Series for 2020. Canada, full of stars. France, making a real impression as they make their way out onto this magnificent stadium. Mills, you played many a games here, and it's looking as good as I've ever seen it.
Oh, absolutely pristine, isn't it? It's a great ground as a spectator to watch. Get to see many of the faces and what they do, and you're right amongst the atmosphere as well, but ground conditions as well, always top notch.
Well, I can tell you, you were mostly playing on the field, so we were watching you. And it is a terrific stadium, there's no question about that. Quality and class right across the board from both teams. Holly Davidson officiating in her 66th match. This potentially should be one of the matches of the day. Two great teams, unbeaten on day one, all to play for. A spot and a semi-final place. Landry will get us underway with a nice high restart, giving her players plenty of chance to get up.
You're never in a realistic position, you've taken her out.
Took it into contact, but there was a Canadian player who'd made contact with her earlier, and now the French looking to move it from one side of the field to the other. Quickly in and out goes Bertrand. Lovely play because she knew that she didn't have the pace, and so she brings the ball back. Smart play from Bertrand. Quickly to Drouin. And that pass there to Isa needed to be a little bit more accurate.
Yeah, just not finding the spot there. I know she wanted to pass it in front of her. Just a little bit inaccurate.
Julia Greenshields wears jersey number 5 for the Canadians just around midday on Saturday afternoon in beautiful British Columbia. Good afternoon to you from a sunny New Zealand. As the Canadians through, Landry goes on the attack. Landry runs, gives it out to Farella. She's quick. Bianca Farella, 10 metres inside the French half. They've got possession and they'll get the rewards. Beautiful play from Bertrand. She's been in everything. Pass finds a little bit of the Hamilton turf. And the big fend here from Isa. She's quick. Isa being chased down by Molesky. Isa pumps the legs a little harder, and France are in.
You mentioned it before. It lost its way a little bit. Ball went to ground, but Isa, she gets a nice pass. Look at this, breaks on that outside, goes in between the gaps. She still had plenty of work to do as she got the fend out here on your screen. And she went a little bit lateral, but she had plenty of pace in the end. And most importantly, she brings it round to go under the sticks.
Conversion successful, and just a reminder too, Mills, that a semi-final spot is up for grabs. She kicked into another gear there, didn't she?
Yeah, certainly did, didn't she? Look at that. She got the legs moving.
Beautiful sprinting action of these players, and there's Brittany Benn. I've looked like that on a couple of occasions, Mills. Off the field. As we restart. Beautifully taken. Kick to perfection at 10 metres, and now the French on the attack again. Horta gives it out a little wider. This is Grassino. She's a quality player too. Landry takes her down in the tackle, and just look how quick the French are there. This is Guedin. Nothing really on, so she's prepared to just take it into the contact from the kickoff. I'd love to see that again, how beautiful it was. Taking it full stretch. Turnover by Molesky, and now Canada. Landry just pops it back now, prepared to give it to Lucan. Straight into the contact, big tackle coming in from Mayons. Now Canada, Lucan. Short ball, they loop around. Farella gives it back to Kaljuvi. In fact, that's Greenshields in 5. They tap and get on with it quickly. Farella, nice pass. Out to Lucan. Lucan draws in and now gives it to Ben. It's Brittany Ben. And Ben strikes again. Oh, she's a quality finisher. Give her half a chance and she'll finish it. Beautiful response from the Canadians.
Yeah, set up well too, wasn't it? It just got on that outside, the right-hand side, and then she just put her foot down. What a response there from Canada.
One of the veterans of this Canadian team made her debut in Atlanta in 2015, and a 30-year-old has brought them back to potentially draw the game. That's to draw it all up, tie it all up. Landry converts, and we're all even. Well, it was that turnover, wasn't it? That was the big point. Turnover happened, France were in total control, and then all of a sudden, and so Canada won't get through on a draw. One of the French players, Mayons, is still down, and so they're down to 6 players at the moment. Canada need to win the game. It's a simple equation for them. French, on the other hand, well, they pirouette and then go through the middle. Quickly, it's released out to the left-hand side. Nice spiral from Horta, but it's found turf. Bertrand does really well to keep it in play. Referee says pushed her off the ball.
His players pushed her off the ball.
Bertrand wants to get on with it. Mayons is up and back on her feet. Nice leg cut, and it's Izar again. Going back. Weird, and she gives it to Mayons. So, hot potato here from the French team of just offloads. Not really going into too much of the contact. And Canada starting to get bunched a little bit, but now they find their shape again and spread. France going back, but they're in possession. So they come in, and Farella's stolen it now. Landry needs to offload. Greenshields. And Bertrand has stolen the ball for France. That's 7 metres out from her own goal line. It's high risk here for France. Farella goes into challenge. Now they send in more troops, but they didn't come in the right angle.
Number 8.
Oh, what a passage of play. You've got to remember there's a semi-final spot up for grabs.
8 back around.
Have a look at that.
Yeah, great awareness, wasn't it? The ability to be able to strip off that ball.
Well, she was mentioned earlier, Bertrand, as one of the top players on the track at DHL track, and you can see her involved in everything: attack, defence, ripping the ball. And some fresh players coming onto the field for the French. This is Fanny Horta, their captain, in her 33rd event. Considering France have only been in, well, not only, but they've played in 36 events, she's played in all but 3. Mayons. They ruck her off the ball, and that's the reason why they'll get a penalty here. Canada. Landry taps, gives it to Greenshields. She finds Brittany Ben. Chased across. Farella. Lovely hands there. She had to basically put the mid out and hold on to it. Landry drops a short pass off to Parkwan.
No, don't push it into.
Ben releases. In and out goes Lucan. Offloads now out to Williams. Charity Williams. No charity for the French. Only the Canadians.
Whoa.
She gets into score, and there's a little bit of argy-bargy. Canada take the lead.
Oh, they do. And they'll take the win too, won't they? Look at this. Charity while they get it over the top. Away she goes. And a little bit of argy-bargy at the end, but Canadians will be happy with that.
she's like, boom. I was like, boom, and she just looked at me like.
Now the conversion to look for the maximum, and the kicker of the class of Landry, you'd expect her to complete that rather. 2 converted tries to 1, Canada lead 14-7.
Great work, ladies.
Really good patience on defense there, right? Just keep talking as they're attacking around the breakdown. So you've got to get up and just look for work, and it'll come, right? Just the will to outlast them on that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hey, what are you guys seeing on with our defensive line?
With ours or theirs?
Theirs.
We're feeling more depth, I think. Yeah, they're coming up. They're coming up hard.
They're coming up hard. So just a little bit more depth, tighten up our support line so that if we're there, it's another little pop off and we take it forward and maintain. And battle, right? They're pulling down on some of these tackles, especially when we're running onto it. So just battle and wait for that support to get there. All right, and then let's look for moving the ball. We get our hands free, let's move the ball, okay?
Yeah.
Just
guys
same
are
game
tired.
plan.
Keep outworking them. Keep that up. Let's go.
Nice fucking D, ladies.
Let's go. 3rd and 4th attacker. Gotta go earlier.
Yeah.
Okay?
Il faut appliquer les forces à passer par le sol et elles vont lâcher.
C'est pas parce qu'elles sont 2 à partir très loin que celles qui sont à l'intérieur doivent juste laisser la cellule de 2. Parce que s'il y a une redoublée, une croix, et qu'elle fait embarquer l'avant-dernière, on est mort. Il faut vraiment que ça serre. Si elles veulent envoyer les ballons de l'autre bout, il va falloir qu'elles se fassent des passes. Mais ne leur laissons pas cette opportunité, juste par une simple croisée, nous percer. Ok?
Allez, Bleu, allez.
Sur la relance, rapprochons-moi un petit peu et partons.
Ok. Quelqu'un la bec? Ouais. Croyez en vous.
A semi-final up for grabs, and coming up it is Russia against Brazil. Australia taking on USA, and the winner of that game will go through. England take on the giant killers China, who beat Fiji in a thriller last night. And then it is the host New Zealand taking on Fiji, but we're underway here in the second half of this game. Pakwan takes it in, gives it back to Ben. The old loopy pass along the chain, and they're just happy to get it into the hands of the players that can make a difference. Farella moves it. Good ball movement here, but they could see that the French were running up, rushing up, and Ben will look to try and... That's a basketball pass, more of a chest pass to Pakwan. Karen Pakwan taken down in the tackle of Bertrand. Controlled by Ben. So we're back to where we started, and Lucan gives a nice pass to Kaljuvi, who goes halfway through the gap. It closes very quickly. The French have got all 7 up in the line, so there's no sweeper in behind. The chip kick into the hands of Bertrand. He's done really well to get back into secure possession. Now Gracenu steps, now offloads. It was really good play. Mayons needs to throw a big wide pass. That's where the space is. They've gone back, but now they go forward through. Ulutuli gets it out to Guedin, taking Farella on the outside. Good contest that. Ball still alive, and the referee says that was a high tackle. They tap and go, not onside. Nice fend there from Ulutuli, and she's going to go in to score.
First contact high.
Used to be known as Jade Lepesque, but Jade Ulutuli gets France back into this game.
Yeah, quick tap, wasn't it? From a penalty. Here we go. Canada, well, they're trying to retrieve, but they had their backs turned. Look at that little fend as well, and the power from the hips from Ulutuli. Outstanding work.
One of their top try scorers, that's her 32nd. As the flag goes up, we're all tied. So the winner immediately goes through to the semi-final, that's guaranteed. It'll be a nervous wait for the loser. And they will be waiting and sweating on the match between the Australians and the Americans as to how that plays out, to whether they progress or not.
Time off. There's an extra player on the pitch. Yep.
And with the points difference the way that it is at the moment, this draw here would see France go through with the better percentage. Still plenty to play between now and that, though, just trying to keep you in the up to date with how it looks at the moment. And so that's a dangerous pass across the front of the goalpost, but when there's quality and a player like Varela, she has defused the situation nicely. Big fan from Pakwan. Boy, she likes the physical stuff, loves to get in there and mix it up, and now Canada through Fidela. She's got Williams on the outside. Williams gets the ball now. Charity Williams beats one. Won't have any joy there. And a number of the players that were effective and good at tackling. Pellet is one of them. Ben. Good possession here. 48 passes they've put together. Have the Canadians through the game, and Williams is gone. She's got a player on the inside, Alari, but it's a teammate, not a French player. And Charity Williams picks up a double.
Oh, it's brilliantly worked, wasn't it? They were patient in their own 22. They got wide, and it was a nice late cut here. A return ball early on, and then a nice late cut from her captain. And there was absolutely no one in front of her. Charity Williams, she scored just before the break. And now she's got herself a double right under the sticks as well.
Started the tournament with 62 tries. She's taken her tally up to 65 now. The 23-year-old flyer. Remember seeing her make her appearance on the Women's World Series a couple of years ago, and huge impact. New to the game, as many are from Canada. They pick up the game a little bit later on, and they take a healthy 7-point lead. 3 converted tries to 2, and the French know the importance of this and want to get the ball in play. They don't want to have that nervous wait. They want to try and secure it and then plan towards a semi-final. Now they break out. Great comeback. And great tackle from Wardley. Charity Williams looked like Superwoman at one stage there. She was flying over, and that now has been turned over. Fidela quickly releases the pass into space, and now it's been stolen by Horta. Fanny Horta, the captain. Oh, that's been lost. Panicking there, the French.
Yeah, they certainly were. Horta, she's done an exceptional job there. They've just turned the ball over. She rushed up on defence. Then at the same time, managed to get a little intercept there from an offload.
Time off, guys.
Unfortunately,
Number 4.
here it is. This before from.
Yeah, no worries.
There you go.
Substitution, number 4.
There is, flying through the air like Wonder Woman.
Scrum code. Time on.
Canadians currently 4th on the HSBC World Series table.
Crouch.
I know a lot of interest, and in particular the wonderful tournament they hold in Vancouver at BC Place. I know everybody's looking forward to that.
No. Hold the weight.
Almost a sellout there. I know ticket sales, Gareth Rees was telling me over the weekend that ticket sales are phenomenal again. They certainly love their sevens in Vancouver. And they love the way that their girls team are playing at the moment as well. The women of Canada. Landry won't have any joy going around the outside of Guerdon, who shuts it down. Now the counter ruck coming in from the French, but Wardley quickly clears it to Ben. No space there. Wardley, and again trying to make an impact from the bench. The French look interested in the steal. They've got the steal coming in from Pell. Now they've got numbers. The wide pass here. Horta to the line, gives it. Guerdon to the try line. Yes. Difficult kick though. Kick to draw level.
Yeah, Canadians managed to push them wide, didn't they? This is going to be a crucial kick, but it was a brilliant turnover. We've seen that a couple of times here.
This to go through to the semi. No. From Isa, but they've still got time for the restart.
Here we go. Look at that. Brilliant wide base, but the awareness as well to shift the ball and shift it fast to get it on that outside.
Chloe Powell with the turnover, and now the most important kick in this tournament for the French.
Okay, no problem. Time back on.
Oh, that's just given possession away. That is just, that's a nothing. That is unbelievable. Canada will go through. France will have to wait to see how things go with percentages and who wins and who loses. But oh my goodness, Canada have beaten France by 21 points to 19 here in New Zealand.
And we await now the group decider in Pool B between Australia and the USA. So it's all on now between Australia and the USA. Both very good on day one. Australia beating Brazil 24-14 and then really hitting their straps against Russia 40-12. They've got some of their big guns back. The USA, well, they too had to work hard for their first win over Russia and then cleared out against Brazil 34-7. Alif Kelter in jersey 5 on a try-scoring tear. Look out for her. Salika Winiata is the referee, current women's international. Great to see her refereeing at this level.
Good to go.
Elliot Green yesterday was in barnstorming form. One or two of the Russian players might not have slept all that well last night as a consequence. But here's Alif Kelter. She scored in the last 7 games. She'll be a key in this very important game. And, well, the call is the ball went backwards, and so they win it back from their own kickoff. So an opportunity to start well, but squandered as Chris Thomas, who was in excellent form yesterday, drops a pretty regulation pass, and Australia will take possession from the scrum.
Oh, it's a great slow-mo shot there. See the ball going straight through the hands. Her eyes just look up.
Crouch.
And the impending sharple's about to whack her. The nerves are palpable. You can see the sense of how big this game is.
Oh, Australia, they work it out towards one of their big threats, Elliot Green. But they've got threats right across the park. They were very impressive yesterday. Greenote, some good swarming defence led by Kelter. He's not just a try scorer, and they've jammed them up against their own goal line here. Williams, Shani Williams, 5 metres out from her own line, pressing hard on defence. Australia trying to break out and now starting to make inroads through Emma Tonigato. Now they work it into midfield, and the kick downfield, well, USA have been caught flat-footed here. Opportunity for Emily Cherry, toes it ahead. Being picked up by Williams, and Green I should say, and Green's in for the try.
A little bit of play on the foot, like to see that. A lot of space in behind, seen that already. The USA having 7 in their front line, meaning no one in behind. Cherry's speculative kick, knows who she's got behind her. Can't quite make the pick-up, almost intentionally dummies it, why not? And then you mentioned barnstorming, love that, TJ, she absolutely is. She's like Storm from X-Men, she is phenomenal athlete. Elia Green with the pace to back it up.
Well, she took her time. She made sure she secured the ball. That was the key to it. Cherry, who's made a great return to the Australian team, but look at the finish there. Snapping it up, and so Australia take the early lead in this all-important game. Flat restart, almost regathered. But the USA get it back. Well, what can they do by way of a reply? Williams making the tackle. Gustitis just running across field a little bit, looking for a cut. Heatherland still inside their own 10-metre mark. Australia pressing up quickly, trying to close them down. But now here's Chris Thomas, ball in hand. Oh, nice footwork, and then the speed, the acceleration. And Chris Thomas, well, she made an early mistake, but she makes no mistake with this opportunity. Levels the score. puts it down between the posts.
And take a look at this footwork. This is outstanding. The left foot, the right foot, and that then late change turned Elia Green inside and out. The secondary step here. Oh, what a shot. Outstanding deception, wonderful evasion. High speed running as well. She's got it all.
Well, ultra slow motion just shows the confusion, the chaos she caused. Elia Green didn't know which way to look, but all about the speed from the moment she got into the clear. So, USA hit back, they take the lead. Australia fighting for it, but there for Thomas. Fires it away, and good work from Ilona Marr, and creating an opportunity here for Kelter. Trying to back herself. Oh, great tackle made by Shani Williams, but they've still got it. And Kelter back on the ball again. She is such a threat. The power and the guile. Now an opportunity to get the ball wide. Back into the hands of Thomas. Defence coming across, puts the shoulder in, then takes it to ground. Oh, patience the key now. Australia, well, they defend well. But, oh, then the mistake. Tapper. And so it's snapped up by Green. Drops the ball infield. There's a supporting player there. And Australia now with an opportunity to break out. Emily Cherry put on the ground just outside the 22. Good clean out though. And an opportunity here as the arm goes out. Shani Williams gets it away to Green. And she'll run it in from 55 metres to put Australia back in front.
Well, she's earned a bit of rest. Taking her time, putting the ball down. All comes from this error. Chris Thomas, again, we're seeing simple things. Ball going through the hand, taking the eyes off the ball. And then who else do you want to be on your outside to capitalise on error? Everybody else did not move from their 10-metre line. And Elia Green gets to run it in.
Well, handling error is proving costly for the United States. We saw it, Chris Thomas earlier, then Naya Tapper. And Australia quick to pounce. The Green machine. 12-7. Australia leads. Still time to play in the first half. Remember, the winner of this game will go through to the semi-finals. But, well, unfortunate bounce there. Means they'll come back. Ball didn't go the 10. Bounced into one of the Australian players, which means a free kick back on halfway.
It's a great platform for the USA team. They've got so many powerful runners. And this setup means they can try and pick out weak shoulders and find some space.
Well, here's Nicole Heverland, a graduate of the famous West Point Military Academy. And US know they need to strike back. Need to keep a hold of the ball. That's the issue. Thomas moving it on. Looking for a cut up the middle. Again, loose pass. Thomas trying to scoop it up. Oh, a little knock on. So the handling errors have been really costly for the USA, and at half-time in this must-win match, it's Australia in front 12-7.
Well on, suck it in. Suck it in. Let's go, Johnny.
It's still very early in the day here in Hamilton as the teams go into the huddle. But that's the temperature down at ground level. It's not the air temperature.
Okay, great courage.
But in that little spot there, it's 42 degrees. And you're going to need more than a piece of paper to protect your face on a day like this. And that hat will not do the job either, the one in the middle. That's a bit more like it. Fierce sun in New Zealand, so important to stay protected from it.
You're going to have 3 or 4 opportunities. girls, you come up. Okay, work together. Come up together. Okay, courage, girls. It's 7 minutes of courage. I'm asking you for. Okay, let's go get it.
USA on 3! 1, 2, 3! USA! Get this and score, let's go! Right, 2 passes!
Rob, you can see the urgency in these teams. Australia second. Australia 6 points behind New Zealand. That's the importance for them. Coming up, England against China. And then New Zealand against Fiji. New Zealand, the series leaders, as I say, 6 points ahead of Australia. Australia miss out on the top 4, could be very costly. And of course, the USA in third place, 8 points behind New Zealand. So this is a very big game, not just in the context of this tournament, but the whole series. Like Christy Kershak is on for the USA. Now, here's Kelter. Good defence, a great tackle. Emily Cherry, and they get the penalty. Held on. That's great work from Australia. Now, can they turn it into points and score what could be a crucial try? Cassandra Staples brings it back in field. Driving into the tackle, Kershak. They go to ground. Another penalty. Didn't release before hunting the ball. And Australia look poised to pounce. Here's Emma Tonigato. Good, massive tackle coming in, though, from Chris Thomas. Well, Chris Brown joins us now. And Chris, such an important game. Are you aware of the situation in the pool and how important the points are here in this game?
Yeah, 100%, mate. It's an Olympic quarter-final practice. So.
Just a couple of handling errors in the first half, proving very costly.
Yeah, I mean, we're actually moving the ball around the park pretty nicely, and you know, playing in the outside channels where we want to play, and but we just, you know, we're falling short by a phase or two, and you know, then you end up defending a bit longer, so it makes it a bit harder when you don't have the ball. Still nothing much in it though, is it? Just one score in it. Yeah, 100%. We'll get 3 or 4 opportunities, and we need to convert, you know, 60-70% of them, and then we'll be all right, you know. So we just missed one now, so let's see what the fight's like to close this corner now.
Okay, thanks for joining us, Chris.
Cheers,
appreciated. Australia, well, they have to go back in defensive mode. Team USA.
Hands.
And a good turnover penalty here. Desperate defence. These breakdown penalties are proving crucial.
Oh, they always do, TJ. It really is a tough contest over the ball. Both teams flying in. Almost a wrestling element to it. It's exhaustive. And we've seen already this first half how much rugby was played. Both teams were shattered. We've seen the temperature gauge also clocking some pretty significant numbers. And everything builds that pressure.
Well, still 5 minutes to play. Possibility of a draw in this game, and that would be good for both of these teams. Other than that, it's winner takes all in terms of the semi-finals. USA, well, pass wasn't the best, but here's Aliv Kelter. If anyone can provide the magic moment, it's her. Still deep inside their own half, need to hang on to the ball. Trying to get on the outside, Alona Ma, good speed, oh, just clipped, good tackle made by Demi Hayes for Australia. USA still has it again, it's a loose pass, that's not helping the cause either, just the accuracy of their play. They just need to get it together. Offload, oh, it's a beauty, away it goes to Kelter. Williams giving chase, she's not going to stop her. And she'll run between the posts to score and continue this amazing scoring streak.
Well, cometh the moment. Who else is going to step up with this USA team? After some pretty impressive, imposing carrying, it's the most notable carrier. Aliv Kelter scores yet again, meaning that there has only been 4 games on this whole series that she has not scored a try. That is remarkable.
Well, it was a brilliant offload too. adds the conversion, a very important 2 points from right in front. And it's the USA who take the lead 14-12, still 3 minutes to play.
And it personifies how this USA team are setting new standards in sheer aggression, size and physicality, and that means so much in the game of sevens.
Chris Brown said it, they just needed to get it together. Australia take it down just a little bit too deep to be contestable. Now Tonigato trying to break through. Oh, nice footwork from Williams. She's driven to the ground. Good offload. The quality of the offload in the women's game is becoming more and more apparent. Now, lovely step from Cherry. Turns it back. Australia, well, they're confident. They know that they've got the strike power. Flat pass at best. Away to Green. She's put on the ground. Americans going in, trying to contest. They come through the middle and they are penalised. Offside's the call. Well, Australia don't want to muck around. They take it quickly. Bring it back towards the trap. Tonigato called for it. Felt there might be something on here. Well, Shani Williams was right there. Green goes in, clears it away. Passed on by Sykes. Good solid defence again. That was Abby Gustaitis. Green now just coming in a little bit closer to the action. Tonigato. Oh, chance for her to get on the outside. No, good recovery from Thomas. But doing a good job of keeping possession here, Australia. They'll bide their time, wait for the moment to strike. Lucas brings it back the other way. Now they get it to Green. And she's in again. Well, that's a brilliant team try. Superbly finished off by Green, but what hard work went into that one. They knew the importance of it.
And nearly every single player, you see it on screen now, are currently trying to gain breath. Incredible effort. This was the end of a 2-minute phase of possession from the Australians, keeping hold of it. Those missed tackles, all crucial. Just exhaustive defence. Incredible persistence from the and it would be, of course, the wonderful sight of Elia Green diving over as she does to put a full stop at the end of that sentence.
17-14 becomes 19-14 with the conversion. Well, the effort showing all over her face. The kick-off, it's not going to go. The 10, let's have a look at the pool here. So that puts Australia in front, but there's still time on the clock. And while there's time, there's hope. A draw would probably be enough. If the USA can level the scores, a draw would probably send both teams back. That's how tight it is. They're going to get one chance at it. They kicked off, she was in front, but she got away with it, but oh no, not the right tactic. There was a forward pass there too. Well, referee's blown full time, and Australia scramble the ball away into touch. Rather bizarre finish, but they know what's happened here. Australia win, and they go through to the semi-finals. Let's head down to the sideline for some reaction. Willie Lossay.
Thanks very much, Tony. Here with Dominique Detroit, and Dom, congratulations, through to another semi-final.
Thank you. Yeah, very, very exciting game. It came down right to that last kickoff then, but the girls really dug deep.
So what was the plan going into this match? Obviously, America came out. They had a lot of good players, and they threw everything at it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a really strong side. We knew they were going to be super, super physical. So that was our game plan, was to aim up against them on that physicality, but really use our running game.
Spoke to your captain yesterday. She said that today's business end. How much better can this Australian team get?
I think we've still got so much more to grow. That game, we played well, but I think we've still got so much more. So it's exciting that we still have a semi and hopefully a final.
Best of luck. See you later on.
Thank you very much.